incredibly spotty and non-existent. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. How far do you know the story? I don't remember anything. What's that smell? It's very familiar. Blood? You might as well call this playthrough blind. What the? Detective, not Gumshoe! What's the meaning of this?
Freeze.
Identify yourself.
Dot, 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 dot. Shut up.
You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. I have a particular set of skills.
What?
No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. No one has ever not been guilty after committing murder in my office because it's never happened before. This case takes place in March of 2009, said Trump is president, Edgeworth couldn't, and Edgeworth doesn't know what COVID is. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after being a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. I'm a busy, busy boy. My name is Miles Edgeworth. Chat, I'll be right back. I need to put this onion dip away, or I'm just never gonna stop, like, muting my microphone. I'll never stop, I swear to God. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. No more snack fiending. It's time to stream. Don't. I
finished photographing the victim's body, sir.
Very well. Please continue your investigation and don't post it on my OnlyFans.
Yes, sir.
Don't.
Ah!
Oh, that's not his voice. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in the office, I ran straight up here. Right away, straight up here. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's as much of a buffoon as he is a himbo. And the one they assigned to handle my balls. You look a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Look what they did to your office! It's totally trashed! I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office, just like they don't get away with murder. Whoa, sounds like you're really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it's my responsibility to solve it. That's part of the law. Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we want to find the truth. I'll keep any leads or information we have etched in the forefront of my mind. Hold on, can I make this full screen on my screen? Yeah. Give me that big resolution. Yeah. Speaking of things that piqued my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office?
Oh, wow.
I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in my mind. Yeah, I was wondering about that myself, sir. How do you keep things in your mind? You can't really just say it's a coinky-dink, can you? No, not really. Because anyone who said coinky-dink is fucking stupid. Especially because of this key. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become quite clear to you. Logic? I never heard that word before, sir. By finding the connection between two pieces of puzzle pieces and connecting them, new information is born. That is the essence of chess. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with Q, and then I connect them together with T. Because you, Gumshoe, are a cutie. Okay. That's right. I use the key from my office to get into the office using the key. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. It's how I record my OnlyFans content in private. Which means it'd be hard for the murder victim and the murderer to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coinkydink. You buffoon. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, sir, and I didn't even have to press Q and T. The audio isn't matching up with the visuals. Is there a way to fix that? Maybe. Let's see. It's slightly annoying. No, it absolutely would be. Let's see if I can find out. Let's see if turning off VSync helped. Yes, well, when you follow the leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. How about that? Is that better? Okay. And was it like this before I changed it on my end? Because I can always change it back to how I had it before. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may get psychic damage. But if I think carefully about it before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. I will die if my logic isn't good. It's still off? Okay, here, let's try... Let's try setting it back to default, and let me know if this fixes it. Yes, sir! The basis of any good investigations is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and just like want to talk or something, you know, yeah, just use T, okay? I'll give you great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have a free time, I suppose. I always have free time for Gumshoe. You called, sir? Have you noticed anything, Gumshoe? No, just, I mean, it's been like a few minutes. Your voice and the game audio are lined up. The video is just behind. Oh. Oh, I hate that. I think I know why it's doing that, though. Hold on. Let's see about... Because I would hate this. Like, you know, I would hate that. That would bother the shit out of me. So I do want to see if I can fix this. Because I would like to fix that. Let me look up something. Let's see, so did you say the audio is slow? My voice and the game are lined up, the video is behind. Try adjusting the sync offset of your video capture device in the mixer panel. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, you said that the audio is too fast. Okay. So let's try this, and you tell me how this works, and tell me if it's faster, slower, how much it needs to be changed by. Actually, hold on, I might have just made it way too slow now I think about it. Because I would like to fix this, because me personally, I would not watch an archive of a stream, or watch a stream in general that had this problem. So you were the one that found the body, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately, upon my return, I found my office door to be unlocked. And what awaited me inside was this whole messy affair. Ouch, that's rough. That reminds me of my last messy affair. Even though I left behind the security of this room to a certain detective. Sorry, sir. I fixed it? That's what I'm talking about, baby! See, I told you we could fix it. He looks like a sad, dejected puppy. It's so sad. You see, that's why I like to learn how to fix these problems. Because then I'll be able to fix them later. It makes me all that much stronger as a streamer. I never moved the hollows off my desk. I'm gonna make a fat fucking dime off all these cards when I finally decide to sell on my bulk. Or well, when I finally can sell on my bulk. I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe. Of course, sir. Examine anything and everything with space. By checking various things, you can get details. For information, For information and leads, it's Q. That's it. Great job, sir. Deductive reasonable is the way to go. It's called deductive reasoning, detective. Clearly something you lack. I love Gumshoe's sprite in this because he looks like a caveman. Look at the fucking severity of like that fucking underbite that he's got, you know?
Chat time. Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art.
Well, I never. Is this yet another Brush Bread's Blowers? The ones that come with a card attached every month? Like, the ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yup. Speaking of that, let's see what this card is this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. Oh, Miss Irony. Fuck, I'm losing voices! Yeah, it's gotta be Wendy Oldbag. Wendy. Isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that's stark? That's enough. That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. Well, it's a good thing my Steel Samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again?
Gumshoe, you disappoint me massively. I love Steel Samurai so much. The hero of Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids, but I fucking love it. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai, along with the Delusion merchandise, even a new stage show give its presence. You, sure know a lot. Are you sure this isn't like your hyperfixation or something? Of course not! Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation.
Oh, it's the trophy. The, Knight of Prosecutors, right?
King of Prosecutors, and it's not a trophy, it's a shield.
They only send to this winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I really have no interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself.
That's so slick, sir! You just jacking yourself off in that corner over there right now?
Unfortunately for him, he's right. I am jacking myself off.
Ah, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. It's almost like you're wearing a shoe.
That killer is going to pay. This tea set.
Yikes, you're really mad over this.
This tea set was very near and dear to me in my heart, and it can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck.
Wow, you really spend way too much on tea, sir. Now I feel like that killer's wasted a month of my paychecks.
Paycheck?
Bro, my lips don't work. Gumshoe's paycheck? Drink. I don't got alcohol right now. I won't be drinking tonight. Yeah, I do remember that being from Emma's case. Because you had to like line up like the fragments or something, right? Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Wow, signs of struggle? I wonder where those could be. The fucking bloody-ass handprints? Oh my god. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless.
I don't ever recall you asking you to clean my room.
Well, I water the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled.
Does he have a life? They finished photographing the body, so it should be fine to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Look at the books.
What do we have here? A free paycheck?
I think I've seen one of those before. It's a wallet.
It's a police badge, detective.
Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What coinky dink. Oh my god, he actually says coinky dink.
Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you, who really needs to learn how to shave.
I don't believe it. I packed those files on those shelves so tight that not even an earthquake can make them fall. But just look at them. At this rate, the rest of those files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all.
A problem, to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back on the shelf. You're not gonna point out the blood that says gum? Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdomen area. It's almost like he's got shot in.
It looks like he got shot in, sir.
In other words, he was shot in.
Yup, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. It's stinky and I don't want it in here.
Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all.
Okay.
I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have to press E in my organizer, but the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea for me to make a habit of checking the facts often. No.
Yeah, it says gum on there. Because he probably wrote it with his blood.
We can't investigate the fucking blood right there? That's so stupid.
That motherfucker is literally dead. Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for you when you got back. I figured we could play a few games.
I had no idea you were interested in chess.
I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try.
In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. What a dick. Officer, there appears to be a gun! Arrest that gun immediately! The killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. How did I not hear that? I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where?
Oh, I know. I was issued the same model. I think.
Detective, I don't really like guns all that.
I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I wonder if it belongs to that detective over there. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, which is why I don't recognize it.
So it's the exact same type as revolver used by detectives. And there's a dead detective over there. I wonder if I should piece something together. Now to calmly piece something together.
The victim was a detective, and there was his gun.
Eureka! I think that's that man's gun! The revolver, a standard model used by detectives, could have belonged to a detective. Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body to make sure that he has no gun?
You get your practice in?
Perfect. Perfect.
I wish Gumshoe was the permanent detective. I fucking love Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, this guy's got a gun holster.
So it appears that a kill somehow managed to get the gun. Let's see what else we can find about this revolver.
Take a look at the revolver, sir.
Yeah, I know how to I know.
Alright, let's see how many bullets are in the chamber, first of all. 1 bullet shot. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just 1 shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for now, but that is a distant possibility. I guess this is about all we're going to find. Wow, really? Jim! Why? Oh, why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be! Sorry, but I can't do that. You're in my office, and no one gets left alone in my office. The investigation is still going, so please, get the fuck out. The body! The body! Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh! Look at him! Jim looks like he's been turned in for the night!
Sure. Just in a blood-stained suit, pal. Hey, look, it's the killer. There he is, the killer. There's the killer. There he is. Where are my manners? Aren't you the prosecutor?
Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Hortzman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime bustin'. Bustin' makes me feel good, personally.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I'm also a prosecutor. This is my office. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office?
Yes, that's correct.
Then it was you! You killed Jim!
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, alright?
I will not! I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has a key.
That is correct, as Logic has put together earlier. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas. And the key to the door was with me the whole time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. I'm the murderer. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means.
So was you then, you're Jim's killer!
No way, pal, you got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. I'll kill all of you if I have to. Mr. Portsman, correct. If you really are a real prosecutor, you should know how to chill the fuck out. The investigation just started. It's like 3 a.m. Get the fuck out of my face.
Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth.
Don't.
I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor, huh? You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now how about a high five?
A pleasure to work with you.
You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like this. Carry on then, it's your room after all.
Thank you, I intend to. Now please, get out of my face.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner Jim.
Dot. I should probably give them space. Ah, your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared shooting the ultra-special jacket that you made for your prosecutorial debut in? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster!
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here, right in front of us.
Really?
Did I say a contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods and I will conduct this investigation my own way. When the scene before my contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my detective skill comes into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction.
He's probably talking about the bullet hole.
This is it. The bullet hole. This is where the contradiction lies. I thought only one bullet was shot, but there's clearly two. It's time to present. That's how I do things.
Eureka!
The bullet hole is a contradiction.
What are you talking about?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room.
Yeah, fucking obviously.
The first fouled the victim, and the second fouled this frame.
Hey, that's right.
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's also true.
Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight?
I know.
By the way, I noticed
something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking up from behind the frame?
That's a secret safe.
A secret safe? Oh, I smell money!
I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. It's where I keep all of my Steel Samurai merch.
Roger that. Talk about dusty.
I suppose that happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I had no idea there was a safe here, else I would have kept clean for you. So, when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Alright, calling it now.
One of the things that's going to be easy, because we know that prosecutor guy is the bad guy. They present in the whole opening. We just have to prove that he's a bad guy. He's going to be like... Or they're going to be like, the killer would have had to know that there was a safe in the room, because he came here for the safe, and that's why he was here. But the detective saw him come in, that's why he killed the detective. And then Miles would be like, well, how would you know that there was a safe in there unless you were a prosecutor? You're the murderer! And then that's how the trial ends. Can I present my evidence now, or do I have to wait? Right. Anyway, chat. Guess what? It's time for a pack, baby. Give me a number. It's like 27, I think. Let me update the log. Yeah, it should be 27 right now, I think. Okay. So you said 12? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. More Stellar Crown! This boy really wants to see those new packs, huh? Alright. I got these in a pretty good deal. I got 3 packs for $9 from GameStop, and then I got 10 packs for $31 or $32 from my local card shop. A very good deal indeed. Alright, guess the energy. I think the energy is going to be a little bit of psychic. 1, 2, get your guesses in, 3, guesses. Water. We're both wrong. Womp womp. Alright. Ooh! Look at that Tauros art! That's nice, that's really nice! I really like that, I want that Tauros art now. Alright, we got Crab Brawler, Comfy. Choodle. I love a good Play-Doh. That's good. Togedemaru. God, the art in this set is just so good. Tornadus. Buffalant. Morgrim. That's another new one. We don't have Morgrim. And on the end. Alchemy. Not a bad pull. Not a bad pull. Well, I mean, not a pull, but you know what I mean. Oh, those are that. Let's go in that pile. Okay. Wait, hold on. I don't need to hide that because it's there we go. Really, I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence, which I'm sure totally won't come up into the case and won't be like the defining factor as to why this man is guilty. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Now this is odd. You find something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it a little bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not the keypad itself. You there, forensic bastard! Yes, sir? Could you please dust this area for prints? You got it, sir. ... I couldn't find any. I don't lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down pretty well. As I thought. It appears the logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly play around and connect the dots. You're gonna open your safe? Okay. You moving me to the big screen? Hell yeah. Alright, so I'm thinking Killer Skull, wiped fingerprints, connection. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. Well, it's almost like I fucking called it, and I know. I wonder if knowing the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other piece of information can tell me about the crime. Signs of struggle, motive theft? So there's a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from like the killer trying to find like something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen them shelved before. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones gotta die young? Oh wait, sorry. I keep forgetting this guy's voice. Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. ... And? So what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? You're a prosecutor. You should literally know how to do that. First, we must calmly restore the files to their right place. You got it. Here, help me out. So this file goes here, that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go despite being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay? Done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh. The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell on the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
That's literally not true, though. Oh, mamma mia. It can't be true. Because if you look at where the bullet hole is, he would have to be just sitting there in front of the shelf.
You know I'm not very good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Yeah, the bullet hole. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah, the gun. Eureka! Eureka! Guns shoot bullets! This is clearly where the contradiction lies.
I don't really see what's so wrong with that spot.
Aha, you don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you'd just, like, tell me what's going on.
That wasn't a mistake! That was me keeping you on your toes, detective. What the fuck are you talking about? Is the spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Yeah, my prosecutor's badge. I want to say...
This is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole!
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
But what if the guy was, like, shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Well, that means, wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means that you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born.
What's the faulty assumption that was caused by this problem, sir?
What would be the position of the handprints, right? The position of the handprints is what's causing the problem. We wouldn't be in this dilemma if the handprints were closer to the ground.
Well, the handprints are where they are, up top.
Yes, you are quite perceptive. Which is why this is not a viable hypothesis.
Oh, so it's just a what if? Then what's the right answer?
You still can't figure it out? Then allow me to explain.
Yes, please, sir.
Oh, never mind. What the fuck does it want me to do?
The order of the files, then?
I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number O? What are you doing all the way down here? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made an incorrect assumption as you just now did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find.
Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to see how it was before it was moved?
No, Gumshoe, that's fucking disgusting. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, please stop playing with the body! As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. Then he put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly, and then he proceeded to shit the Goodman.
Fuck me, dude. I'm not even drinking. But why would somebody kill a man then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? It's almost like somebody wrote something on one of the files in blood. Now the crime scene is as it was. It's time to give it another look. Gasp! There's something written in blood! I fucking hate the writing in this game so far. What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed. No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, say something. ... It appears that one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer at the end. And the most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, you have to find me a new partner. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this murderer's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic that he's waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do? What I always do in court. I cross-examine. One way or another, I'll expose his little flappy penis. Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me in simpler terms, sir? No. Mr. Portsman, if you are ready. If you don't have time, you can just say so, sir. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and you shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body and was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters he was holding. And it'll be his final words that you'll be brought to justice. You intend to argue the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice. He's calling for the killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Murderer? There is no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it like his incredibly floppy penis. Let's see.
Hold it!
I kind of just want to present the fact that Gumshoe has a gun, but I won't.
What's that?
Why do you call the victim Jim? When clearly his name was not Jim.
Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly?
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim.
He talks about the victim like he was his pet.
Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you committed theft instead.
Hold it!
Do you really think that, that was necessary?
That's true. Okay, yeah, maybe it wasn't necessary when I did it because I'm the murderer.
Hey, are you actually the murderer?
Yes, it's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that this life is getting a little too rough to handle.
I'll have you know I eat 3 square meals a day, pal. They're square because they're all ramen noodles. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be... I gotta leave. I gotta fucking leave. I can't do this. Yeah, if you don't press everything, then you're fucked.
Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no? That's when you moved Jim's body so I was sitting in front of the bookshelf.
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing?
Because the body was getting his way? He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding.
Hold it!
I will at some point. Maybe I'll get a margarita while we're playing. Why do you think the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective here to miss something.
Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal.
There's a lot a person can understand about another from just impressions alone.
I can't say I disagree. I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Despite his lack to attention of detail, I don't believe the detective is the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it. With evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup. For the game-finishing Spike. And it will be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice.
Hold it!
Are you saying
that those letters were intended for you? Yup. Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner.
It looks like Mr. Portsmouth still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters.
What are you spurting over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound?
Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that even the good detective could spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsmouth in by presenting him with some evidence. Yeah, I think he's gotta be a volleyball stereotype. You stole Jim's gun, you shot him, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. So what all do I have to present? The files were stolen? Because I doubt I can just present Gumshoe. I guess we just,
Objection!
I probably won't ask for help. I messed this up.
The detective's right for a change.
But that is a clear flaw in logic, because how would he have missed that? Would it be stole his gun? Yeah, because it... Yeah?
Objection!
No? It would behoove you to take a good look at this, and he pulls out the gun. I think they always do that, yeah. This is just a weird one to connect. Like... You stole his gun, you messed up the files, you moved the body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. You didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. He pulls out his cock. Gigantic flaw. Well, I don't know.
This feels kind of dumb, I gotta be honest.
Objection!
Of course he would have noticed the letters. These are letters.
Heh, bring it to the courtroom, I see. No problem here, I'm game.
I can't help but find it odd.
Excuse me.
Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it.
If you have time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? It's impossible.
What's impossible, Mr. Portsman?
Nothing.
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. Okay, yeah. I think you were thinking too deep. Yeah. Yeah, probably.
It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder.
I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on it. I mean, fucking obviously. Stupid. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone, and there's only half an H. That would make me Gummoo! If Detective Gumshoe was really the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written on bloody files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
Dreams.
What exactly? What does that make this dying message?
It makes the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene.
That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir! I'm gonna get him, sir! You'll see! Woo.
Well, Mr. Portsman, I mean, Mr. Murderer. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but that doesn't change the fact that you're stupid.
You win some, you lose some, just like how you got it wrong twice.
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. The anime does it best, they really do. They really do. I've seen a few of them, but I really want to watch the anime.
Oh, you know, it's really a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however.
What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would have been me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Yeah, so she gets the half a pill from one. They're already split, and then she gets the whole pill from the other. They're both 2 a day, for now. Once I'm gone though, the steroid, which is the half pill, will only be once a day. Okay. I'll write a note for him before I leave.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, Elise my wife has to give them drugs. Oh, interesting.
That's absolutely right. And I acknowledge your innocence.
Then why do I have the sense that you still have some bullshit to say?
Well, I was thinking. Did you know there's one other person with a key to this office?
One other person?
Hey, you there.
Yes, sir. Why is it, sir?
Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
A lady?
The girl is a member of building security. Think of her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't bring, like, my daughter or whatever she is into this.
What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
Miss Bird is a member of security guard.
I see, and your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean her peanuts. I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
What? What?
If you are not the guilty party, Gumshoe, then the only other person who had access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never use from his room. I forgot her voice already.
That's right. I refuse to believe that's Maggie's fault. Maggie's fault. That was me. That's right. I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't actually me. But it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime. And for one simple reason.
Man, if only they would just use the fact that Miles encountered the fucking killer. And knows that it's a man. Because he heard the guy's voice.
It's pretty obvious Miss Bird snuck into your room and used the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
So you're saying she used the master key? Oh, I'm so sleepy.
Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally.
The head chef from the Tender Lender case kept getting mistaken for a woman. You know, that's true. That's true.
It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me.
I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to get more details is to press him. Alright, let's press this shit. Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used that key?
Oh, Mamma Mia. There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? That's true, but... What was the able use the master key at the time of the crime, sir? Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you clearly can't trust her. She's a woman.
Should I hear Miss Bird out? Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear from women.
I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, please be a woman.
I discovered the master key was missing at the time around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't in the security booth. Killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this is literally an important piece of testimony.
I can't believe that you would be taken in by, like, literal lies. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, I'd like you to know why you have the master key now. I don't really know. It just kind of reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Huh. A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because somebody stole it.
Yeah, pal, trust me. You don't want to test how bad her luck is. It's because she needs to charge through crates and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of evidence as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Edgy's office.
Her motive? Didn't we just establish that was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe.
It is as clear as Mr. Portsman says, Detective.
I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards the motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to blow him instead.
Hold it!
I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery, however. Glad to hear you agree. Thanks, dude. However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves in the safe... Hey, good thinking. Asking for my opinion on the matter. ... Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence, you bitch? I mean, if Detective Gumshoe... So... See, something was stolen. There's nothing in the safe. But I feel like I'm looking a little bit too deep in that. I mean, if Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door...
Hold it!
Stop right there! I'm interrupting you! I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. Well, it's just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts a bit in this bird from the very beginning.
If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first?
Now, don't make that face, see? There goes the truth, running the other way. It's because I don't like women, I just didn't want to talk to her. I'm extremely misogynistic. This is a gold medal for misogyny. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't run away from women.
I don't think you're catching my drift.
Ah, but we're here in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand what I say. And since she's the only one who could have opened your office door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect.
Hold it!
Don't you think it's a bit too early to be jumping to conclusions?
Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than with the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else?
I'll have you know, I have never made a spare, so what are you insinuating?
Nothing. I guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would. On top of which, she knows our great detective, doesn't she?
Hold it!
I don't think she knows anything. Is there anyone in the district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe?
Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors.
Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir.
We're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force.
Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth?
Of course not. That's hogwash. I have $50 on you leaving next month.
Phew, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there.
Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
Hold it!
Poor Gummy, that's what I'm saying. By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe?
I figured that whoever wrote the name must have one to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence.
I would love to. But first we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying.
I've been pressing him. I pressed like everything.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security?
There's only one, but yeah.
Yeah, the same dialogue we already went through. Yeah, we've heard this.
Objection!
A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen? I bet you just forgot where you put it.
It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's... what...
Hold it!
I feel like we pressed all these already.
Yeah, you press this one. So does it want me to present here? What? Am I just supposed to say, nuh-uh, it was currently it was stolen at the time?
Objection!
That'd be really stupid. Jeez, man. Feels so dumb. What does it want me to press?
Hold it!
Did I press this button? By dying message, you mean the bloody letter spelling out gumshoe? Oh, maybe I didn't press this one. I figure that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the...
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you wait...
What? What the fuck am I supposed to do? She shouldn't have known about the safe, though.
Objection!
There we go. Okay. No, I got this. I'm a smart boy. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion.
That may be, but you must be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe, the existence of which is only privy to prosecutors.
Eh.
I find it a little hard to believe that the hidden safe was a part of a cunning plan.
But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything upside down.
I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I didn't know there was a safe there, pal. And I'm Silly Billy. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor?
Interesting conclusion, Mr. Murderer. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Because you're a murderer?
Curses, why? What made you...
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault.
What do you...
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes.
What did you just say?
We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret.
Then that means...
Yeah, I know. I'd only just told him too. Obviously it's wrong of me to tell him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely the killer. I still can't believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now he's claiming the victim was the thief.
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me?
Apostrophe, exclamation point.
I mean, you are the security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your profession.
What the? Are you fucking stupid?
Yes and no. I mean, if she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun, I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was a thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it. Wow, stolen key. Oh my god, what a fucking freaky looking face. That's so fucking freaky looking. He looks like a baby in a hat. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless he retrieved it from Jim after you killed him.
Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Unless I killed him.
Has he no honor?
Now then, I think we're done here. This investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind to see yourselves out?
You can't kick us out. This is Edgeworth's office.
But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. ...
Listen, pal, how many times do I gotta say Maggie can't be the culprit?
Detective Gummy, calm yourself.
For sure.
We have no choice but to accommodate his request for now. Thanks, Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. If you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be grateful.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. No one gets away with kicking me out of my own office after committing murder and theft and breaking my teacups and getting blood on my bookshelf.
If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. And don't disappoint me, I hear.
It's pretty obvious what happened. Oh, it's autosave.
I can't save there. I'm too much of a silly billy.
What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. It's unbelievable.
Please maintain your professionalism, detective.
I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocence. You'll see, sir.
But we've been kicked out of the crime scene.
True. So then, what now?
Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch for the third time. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well. Even though the other 2 times I was accusing you. There are many other places than things we should be looking at anyway. Like that basketball over there, that I'm pointing at with my wiggly finger.
Really, sir?
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of this argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. If there was a basketball, there's no way that she could have been in here.
It's probably because Sports Guy dropped it when he went to go commit murder.
Oh no, there's just a... Oh, not pain. What is this basketball doing here?
That's Mr. Postman's prized possession, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
Not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway. What do you want? It looks like you're in quite a pinch, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste.
It sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open.
How gracious. I will not keep your offer in mind. I hate you. Who are you?
His name is the Great Pain, or the Gigantic Pain, or the Amazing Pain.
Hey Maggie, whose room is this?
It's Mr. Portsman, sir. That's why there's a basketball hoop outside there.
So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved away in while I was overseas? Is everything alright?
Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning and I'm finally at 154 pounds.
Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway.
Oh, everything's alright, sir. Could you stop rubbing my nipple like that? I'm really uncomfortable.
A word of advice. Stay focused and never tell me when to stop. I won't rest until I've found that little stolen item. Wait a minute. Question mark? Gumshow? Oh, isn't that the missing file, sir?
No doubt about it. The bloody letters mark it clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. A thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind.
So what are the O files about, sir? I guess they must be really important, huh?
Not particularly. They're all about the times that I've orgasmed. That's why they're called the O files. The cases within these files are not mine.
No?
They belong to a high prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's say I was charged with keeping them as they were.
Then that means the thief also wanted the file for a specific reason, right?
It would seem so. It looks like these pages that they took were about the last time I jerked off, which was 10 years ago.
I wonder why anyone would care about that.
Wow, maybe you should take the fucking files with you. A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. Its stitching is excellent.
Talk about a luxury waiting area. Those babies are great for napping.
You would even sleep out here, detective? In a hallway.
Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving a testimony at the stand. But it always ends up the same way. You're getting trounced by the lawyer. Isn't that awful?
Maybe I should give it a try sometime, to envision myself winning naturally.
Or I can just tap.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. You've said that like many times before. 1202. These 4 numbers on a plate alone proclaim this to be my office.
Whoops. Hey, these number plates slide right out, sir.
They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... A minimalist yet classy door made of only the top quality oak. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break by force.
It's almost majestic, sir. I wish I could be as stately as this door.
Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself. I personally am greater than this door.
That's what I'm saying.
Being a detective has its own rewards and a certain virtuous value.
Yeah, especially when you think about the fact that the number 12 on the door, that number stands for the floor number. Because we're currently on the 12th floor. So the only things that could change are the last 2 digits. So it would make no sense to fucking pull those, even if they're going to a different fucking floor. Because what, you're gonna go to the 13th floor? And yeah, you're on the 12th floor right now. Yeah, so there's a fun fact for you. So if you ever see like a room number and you need to know where that room number is, you look at the front and you can be like, oh, room 309, that's on the 3rd floor. It can get kind of messy if they got like rooms in the basement though. I see. So you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone?
Right, it's the best you can do for my O.
That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir. Oh, I accidentally grabbed the wrong screen.
I don't see any signs of forced entry.
According to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either, sir.
Meaning that the door was really opened with a key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob?
Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wiped, they think, apparently.
Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind.
Wait. What's the store number again? 1203, okay. I just want to make sure that we weren't going to find out that, like, that's actually, like, 1201. Or like, somebody switched, like, the fucking plates around on like, the fucking office door. That'd make me so mad.
What is a basketball hoop doing here?
Didn't this used to be out just outside next to the building a long time ago?
So when and why was it moved indoors?
I don't remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers dragging it up here recently.
Drag it?
I heard that wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it up here himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor?
Okay, cool, I don't have to speak to him again. Maybe I have to talk to Maggie? I haven't talked to Maggie yet.
I was wondering if I may speak with you about the case. I've always been a big fan of your courtroom, but this is like a dream! A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth! What a hug! I can't let this chance pass me by. She do be kind of bad, though. I should jog her memory by showing her my bare chest. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times. The Muffin Man. Mr. Faith was always playing around basketball with Mr. Portsmouth, sir.
That sounds like fun. Just once, I'd have loved to play with them.
It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsmouth. All Mr. Faith ever did was pass him the ball, sir.
On second thought, I don't think I would have enjoyed that at all. I kinda like slamming dunks, what can I say?
Miss Maggie Bird, correct? I believe I've seen you being accused by me multiple times.
She was under my supervision back when she was still on the force, sir. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started going downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot of the gumshoe detective for introducing me to my current boy. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry, my whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Question mark? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of food, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal. Just when I become a security guard.
That's a lot to go through in one lifetime.
I know! It's just when I thought I finally found my happiness. I wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, as I'll probably just send you to jail instead of me. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask in return is your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth, you can count on me. I'll do all I can do to help.
Okay, so I've literally done everything. There's nothing else in this hallway. I can present to her? Cool. Let's talk about the keys.
So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times it was not just gone, it was stolen! Why was such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit it was a bit careless, but I have my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it all the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key? What did you mean by use the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for his prosecutor. Forgot his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right? Oh, I understand. He switched the plates, and then he had Maggie open the door. What is it? That's right! I just remembered! The prosecutor forgot his key! It was Mr. Portsman! What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird, quickly! It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman forgot his office key, so he came down to security. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone! I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. And then, what happened after that? Well, he called for me to come up and close his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30, I think. So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight. That's what I'm saying. Maggie Bird, more like Maggie Bad. Talk about suspicious. I doubt even you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. I want to... yeah. Room 1203. I take it as this is Mr. Portsman's office? Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me, Mr. Portsman actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting into room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday being December 2nd?
Yup, that's gotta be it. I can't think of any other reason why. You know, except for maybe like something hidden being in like your safe in there that like you didn't know was in there but was like hidden in the safe, and so he like broke in to like steal it, and then Buddy went into like see he's like, what's going on in here, and then he shot Buddy, and then he like like hid stuff to like hide the fact that that happened. But that would never happen. I can think of at least 3. Why am I even wasting time thinking about this already? It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop.
I can't believe he put something up like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office.
Well, it's actually pretty useful, sir. I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here.
How long have I had the same office and yet you still managed to get lost? It's literally the second office!
Oh, whoops. I keep touching the wrong screen.
The door is locked tight.
I bet the old credit card trick won't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, Detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average credit card burglar managed to make it work.
Uh-huh. So I guess only a great credit card burglar could get in. That must be all our culprit is.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? Classy door. Gumshoe stupid, he think door classy. Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works.
Well, he still seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified. He's not a custodian. He's a boy. He's right over there. Oh, hi, Pound Cake. What are you doing? Hi.
My baby, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby.
Alright, well, I mean... It's a door. Okay, so we got logic now? Maybe? The master key was stolen, and the master key was used. Let's make a connection. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal! I mean, sir! You said that you locked up the Portsmouth office at 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Wow! Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth! You saw the contradiction like a pro! What are you doing? Hey, come here, Pound Cake. Come here. Oh, my baby. Pound Cake's here. She's gonna do some voices too. Here, hold on. Let's have Pound Cake do a voice. Alright. Pound Cake, sit. Alright, Pound Cake, do Maggie's voice. Pound Cake, do Maggie's voice. Pound Cake, can you do Maggie's voice? Oh, sorry, you want the next line of dialogue? Alright, Pound Cake, speak. Do that line. Speak. I don't think I got picked up, Pound Cake. Speak. 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 Pound Cake, speak. You don't want to talk? Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? You don't want to talk tonight? You don't want to talk? What if I say, Pound Cake, say swear words? Pound Cake, swear. Swear! Not even swear words? Oh, my sleepy, eepy girl. Oh, come here. Mwah. Oh, do you just want cuddles? Baby. Oh, goodness. Oh, there's the wiggle butt. Hold on, chat. Hold on. I gotta show you how cute Pound Cake's being right now. She's being really cute. It's a little dark in my room, so you might not be able to see very well. But she is just on the lap. Pound Cake. Look. Look. It's a camera. Say hello to the camera. Say hello. She's being a real cutie right now. I think she just really wants some attention. You don't want to say swear words? Pound Cake, can you speak? She does not want to talk. You don't want to talk? Huh? You know, I have to be careful putting Pound Cake on video because now I think about it. But, you know, we have phone numbers on there. But I doubt that would have been picked up. You're right! It was around the very time that I realized the master key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, should I? So I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up. So in actuality, you never did relock the door then? Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the store hasn't been locked properly. Gasp. Winston walks around the Nuda home. No, she's a dignified lady. She wears clothing. Also, you guys have like the luxury of you could probably just like let Winston outside to go potty, but for Pound Cake we gotta leash her up every time. Is this what you need? Did you need some cuddles? Huh? Mwah. Right. Do you want to stick around? Do you want to stay on the lap? What do you want to do? Release it. Oh, makes sense. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, my girl. Oh, I love my baby so much. I could just give her so many kisses. Are you ready? Down you go. You're so pretty. You're so pretty, girl. Wow. So it's very obvious that a door was unlocked and then somebody came in when it wasn't expected, such as Miles Edgeworth's door being unlocked. Wow. Okay, so we gotta do logic puzzle, maybe? Detective, Payne, door, that. Oh. It said this area hadn't been checked yet. Yeah, cause look, there's no check mark. I bet the thief's not under here.
I guess there isn't enough space for anyone to hide under there anyway. I mean, if someone could contort themselves to fit, it'd be really impressive.
Sounds to me like someone has already tried once before.
Okay, so we've talked to everybody about everything. Anything I can present? Like door?
I've had to open Mr. Portsman's office up for a number of times before. I've also had the chance to see the inside of his office on a number of occasions too. He's got shelves upon shelves with sports memorabilia, trophies, and awards in it. To the point where it's almost beyond gaudy, sir. Maybe I just feel that way because I'm jealous of him, since I don't even have a single one.
Don't say that, Maggie. I'll make you a specific God of the Month award just for you.
Thanks for trying, but I've already got a mountain of consolation prizes, sir. That proof of just how unbelievably unlucky my life has been. Plus, getting an award from you isn't the same. I'm just a hallway security guard, so I don't know what that is.
You get a gun, Maggie? You know about safes, Maggie? Do you know about dead bodies, Maggie? Alright, let's talk to Gumshoe real quick. Yes, sir. I was wondering if about the investigation. So I've been waiting for this. Not a real no. I know how to investigate. No. I know. Oh. do I have to do like contradiction on store being locked? Yeah. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah.
Eureka! His office door is his office door! What if Miss Bird was really telling the truth? And that this door... Why is the door locked?
Huh? You know, you're right.
Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain! And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means, what, sir?
It either means that he actually does have the key to his office because he's stupid, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't the one at all.
Hey, Miles, I think it might be both of those. She opened a different door? But how can you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is look down at the floor and see the fact that someone has clearly moved this fucking basketball hoop.
Prints on the number plate, probably.
The prints on the number plate. They will tell us all we need to know. Everything? Really? Like what, sir?
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Wow, that was amazing, sir. How'd you know?
Well, it should be that.
This game's dumb. Prince on the master key? No, because Maggie used the master key. I know, Gumshoe. I know. Prints on the doorknob? Why wouldn't those just get wiped off? I feel like that'd be very easy to tell us that they were wiped off. Hey, you pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, huh? So, what'd you find?
There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, detective.
Sure, I found that the only Mr. Portsman, Mr. Face prints on this doorknob.
So only 2 people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
I'm lost, sir.
Think logically, a certain other person's print should be on this doorknob as well.
We're Maggie's.
Take that!
Don't you find it odd that Maggie's prints aren't in here?
You good at this? No, I wouldn't say I've been that good. I should be able to do this shit flawlessly normally. I'm usually pretty good at Ace Detective. Ace Attorney.
Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. What have we here?
I won't rest until I've suspected...
Wow! It's almost like I fucking called it!
What's this? The basketball hoop was moved. Oh, hey, how about a game?
That's okay, detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The positioning of the hoop is definitely slam dunk worthy. I'd better take note of this. What is this?
Looks like a scrap of paper. Let me get that. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone. But it looks like you're out. I guess I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, it looks like it's for Portsman.
Wow. Walking around in this hallway's actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways. I think it proves that Mr. Portsman is clearly the murderer which I've known the entire time. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real murderer. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth? As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this whole murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it! That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me too. I suspect it was him from the instant he accused Maggie.
That is anything but logic. It is you thinking that she's a baddie. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come with me. It's time to knock on my own door.
You know, I kind of want to like... I can't see. There's like somebody's like Steam icon going like crazy right now. Okay, let's do a quick save. I want to do something really quick. I want to check this out. I want to change the, I want to change the art style. I want to take a look at the art style. This actually looks pretty nice immediately. Mr. Portsman, I've finished processing the bloody letters, sir.
Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Okay, looking good. You there. Take good care of this.
Whoa!
Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
End of the line for you, Portsman. We got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case.
You must be pretty upset, getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way.
You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job.
I can see right
through this unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl.
Whoever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred Varden Karma, wasn't it? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years, who also had a bullet in his shoulder, and that was his undoing because of the bullet. But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy, and I don't have a bullet in my shoulder. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know, and bullets in my shoulder.
Are you done talking about bullets in your shoulder? The only thing you should be using that mouth for is me. Oh! Although that too will only dig into my hole deeper.
Well, aren't we full? Aren't I gonna be full? Even though you haven't proved anything yet. I have no idea what you are talking about. There's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here.
Honestly. Sorry, but I'm not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what is that?
What do you have? What is this? Oh, ew. Kid, where did you get the... Ew! How are you getting into the trash can? Come here, you. Come here. You got it. No. No, no. No, no. That's naughty. Go downstairs.
Come here, baby.
Go downstairs. Uh-uh. Down there. Go. Come on. No. Go. You naughty dog, you. This is gross. How'd you even get this? It was in the trash. Oh shit, go. Go. A bunch of her hair from her bath yesterday. Go! Go! You little shit. You have toys to play with. You don't need to play with fucking balls of nasty hair. So gross. What did I just step in? Ugh. Oh my god, chat. Why is Pancake dumpster diving? Because she's a bullshit. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on, with evidence. I have no idea what sort of... Alright.
Hold it!
Press, even though I'm pretty sure I should just throw evidence. My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me. I'd say it is. After all, there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Like what?
Hold it!
Oh? And what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, and you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And? That's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. That's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? Might I recommend that you review that what the word evidence means? It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point towards me. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy, Mr. Edgeworth. So I'm gonna distract myself. Okay. Besides, how do you propose I unlocked your door when I got in here? The master key. You move the basketball hoop? Oh, you open with the master key.
Objection!
I got it right, you can tell because the music stopped. I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
That's good evidence. Wait. Hold on for a second. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Let me do this. Okay, I moved chat so it should be more on the screen. Try talking, let's see how that looks. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open my door.
Take that!
Yeah, I moved, you see? Look, there you are. The chat box is bigger now. You would ask Miss Bird to open your office door. Yeah, I forgot my key at home. It happens a bit too often for my taste, you know. But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it? Huh? What? You have quite the imagination, but why don't we ask the girl herself? I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsmouth's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door. See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you misled her and fooled her into thinking what you wanted? Ha! And how do you suppose I did that?
By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right, they do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give you a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not in fact mine. It was a basketball hoop. A child going down a slide at the playground.
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
It's quite the peculiar fixture in the hallway, let alone in its begilding, which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor.
That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's.
There are signs that the hoop has been moved. Sitting in front of my own office, to be sure. I see.
So that's how you throw suspicious on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he?
I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears. My jacket's not dirty!
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime.
It's me, I love slime.
Let's do a quick press, just in case. Using the master key, of course.
Sure, you have a problem with that? That is what the master key is for, right?
Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate labyrinth of some sort for people like you.
After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me.
It seems to be trembling a little bit. One more little push, all I have to do is find the flaw in his testimony. It's probably just the door is locked. Right?
Objection!
Yep, that's the one. I had your door dusted for prints.
What the fuck? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time.
You're right, I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Ooh! Oh, this is the beat! Holy shit, crank this shit. Crank this shit, hold on. Get his ass! Get his ass! Get his ass! That's a fucking bop right there, holy shit.
Her prints? What does that have to do with anything?
Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her print should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Oh, right the drop too, good lord! Bust that shit down!
Ack.
Further, all of the prints on my office's doorknob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it.
Objection!
But it doesn't change the fact I was in my room the entire time.
Is that really a fact, or is that fiction?
Hey, why would I lie to you?
I have here the proof that you were not in your room the entire time as you claim. Because the door is still locked!
Somehow I don't think that really points to anything. You know, for a genius, you're kind of stupid.
Hey, what are you insinuating about Mr. Edgeworth?
It's fine, detective. Let him say that what he wishes while... The note? The note?
Yeah, looks like you're out.
Take that!
This is a note from the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman.
No.
It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, "But you're out." You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you, so then, where were you and what were you doing? Don't you think it's time to give up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me, certainly not my heart. And Detective Faith found you out, possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, I saw your ass in the opening scene. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, you had the gun to my back. No one gets away with committing murder in my office, or kicking me out of my own office, or stealing from my office, or making my office dirty, or looking at the safe in my office, or getting somebody else to open my office. Exclamation point. Or leaving meat muffin grease on my Pokemon cards. And just what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on his face of the office's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. I still have my gun! There's just nothing else like in the world.
What?
Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed me up. You're the murderer! Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already! Then play the music! You're supposed to be guilty! And as I said earlier, it's all circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I had wiped that doorknob as well! I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. You're gross. That's why I wiped the doorknob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own handprints would be on there.
You literally just made that up. That's so stupid.
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like, early evening, for example.
Are you saying that you failed to notice a note in your doorway?
Hey, even geniuses fail sometimes. I was probably just too preoccupied by work-related matters. That's no excuse. No, that's just a flat out lie. You're literally stupid. Stop hitting us with the nuh-uh. But you can't prove that, can you? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh.
Detective Pikachu would have had this shit wrapped. That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, because they also would have broken into his office, more than likely.
Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply just overlook it. I'm cooked, chat.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi.
Airtight, you say?
I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had just told you sooner. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., right? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the criminal. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
Do you really think that it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself.
Detective Gumshoe. Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi. I'll be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like he said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him around 2 a.m.
You see. ...
All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Portsman's alibi may seem perfect at first glance, but I know there's a hole in it somewhere. All I need to do is press him a little and see what comes of it.
Hold it!
You are correct, it was around 2 a.m.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're, like, sure.
I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2.
Shut up. Ooh, giving testimony like a pro. It's almost like you've been on the witness stand. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2, and it was then that you had the unfortunate confrontation.
It is as you say, however.
Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw?
It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come on now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, guy, don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit.
Hold it!
So you paid the Criminal Affairs Department a visit.
Yep. Right after I left the prosecutor's building, I head straight for the precinct.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony.
And it was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. A number of detectives said that they saw you around there at the time.
See? I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had on my sleeve.
Ugh! Impossible! He actually does have the perfect alibi!
Now, what's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face?
Could you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we've reached the end of the line. It's time to get off this crazy train. You there! Are you sure? Please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe! Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If only I had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time, with logic.
Evidence points to the shelves being disturbed once before and once after the murder. But who is to say that the person who did it the second time is the same as the first? Which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office that night. And it was actually Shelley D. Killer.
There's another handgun, another visitor.
If indeed there were 2 culprits, then that resolves the contradiction behind our murder weapon. Despite the fact that there are 2 bullets here in this room, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once, leaving the possibility that the other bullet was fired from the other visitor's gun. Furthermore, if we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back.
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case.
Great, so you finally come to your senses. And Mr. Edgeworth!
Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case.
Yeah, what do you mean?
The person I ran into was just your average thief. The thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole from my office. What do you mean, 2?
It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Objection!
Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know.
If you could please go along with my hypothetical, where you're the murderer and you're stupid and dumb and bad. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about.
Grr.
Now then, returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. Which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time. So then, this will be when the files were put back in the wrong order? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith? Well, why did Mr. Faith come into this room, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right? And he must have thought it was odd, so we came into the office to check it out. Correct, and as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then, bang, he shot him. With a gun. He killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith to catch it for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment which you put. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind the exit. He could afford to do so because he also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that? Well, if things were so simple as that, that would all be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated.
There was another?
Visitor, sir? Yes, and the other person's objective was also to steal from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so, they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen orgasm file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shelves were getting messed up twice and 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times? Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and not in fact Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant, because we know that the murderer was you! What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. I must be the murderer.
Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth, after all.
Well, you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial.
Explanation?
Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point.
But Maggie literally said that she literally had the times for when they were. Oh, time to examine the key. This key is a key. Great. Nothing on the key? Great. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof whatsoever.
Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe it. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. I'll throw him out a window.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is it that that person is not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. The thief you ran into should be a real suspect, right? We should be out there looking for that real thief. They might still be nearby. I hate to repeat myself, but as I've said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
So you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course. Now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions.
I don't think that's all that's dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it. I think I noticed a pretty obvious one in this one. I need something that's like timestamped. What's our age difference? That's pretty big. Let's see, I feel like it was the key. Because of when Maggie, like, you know, like, came up here with him, right? Or would it be the note? Key?
Objection!
Not key. I'm silly goose. Alright, instead of rushing in, because that statement is clearly, like, fucked.
Hold it!
Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith?
Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know the sofas in the hallways? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits.
And what of the evidence he brought?
There were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items. Like
the... Not gun independent, like the... Or, well, first of all, he said he brought 3 items, but...
Objection!
You stole the crack cocaine he brought. Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is... You stupid.
No, I not.
21. You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me.
What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you.
Well, here's a piece I think you should read, and carefully.
Ah. It says Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces of evidence.
Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Portsman.
I can't believe it. To get tripped up by simple arithmetic.
Where is the missing piece of evidence?
It's...
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe! Crease this man's Jordans! I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
He's breaking his spine.
This is all part of the investigation, pal. So if you don't let me put my hands in your back butt pockets, we're gonna have issues.
No!
Hey, what's this? Mr. Edgeworth, he's got a VHS copy of, like, Power Rangers.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you had something to hide.
But why would he hide something like that?
There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. It's because it was unequivocally pointed to the person as the real killer themselves.
Let's examine this videotape a little more detail, with a section of the tape that will drive the last nail in his coffin.
Not the fucking KG8 incident. Oh, he got bloody on there.
Ah, that's blood, isn't it?
Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This little bloody is still fresh.
You mean, this might be Detective's face blood?
No, you've got it all wrong!
No amount of denial can save you. We have but to run a blood test to find out. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us, when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video?
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when you killed him?
You know very well there's no way to prove that.
Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
No, impossible. I'm...
Oh my god. Mr. Portsman has been, placed under arrest for eating museum artifacts. Very good. And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The bloody came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's bloody on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you so very much, Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office, and also in another murder. Please accept my apologies.
Nah, it was nothing, really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean, I consider myself lucky. It was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir. If it had been a hold-up or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail. You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was shit.
And why would you say he was corrupt?
Well, I heard there was a number of suspicious things related to his court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he uses is forged, sir.
Forged evidence, huh? I would never.
And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Ooh, that guy is a complete disgrace.
We never did get around to asking him what his reason for breaking into my office was. Yeah, whenever we got near the topic, he just kinda climbed up. Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something. This is just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor of some sort of huge organization is involved behind the scenes.
Oh, well.
With Mr. Portsman not able to divulge anything, it will certainly lend us credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this. Huh? That Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy?
I didn't say that, but rather there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence. My badge.
Take that!
The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night. Yeah, I wonder who it was.
And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me at gunpoint and made me want to hold them and add them to the file? Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I want you to hold me. Yes. I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. This card. It belongs to Shelley the Killer. It's not just any bird. It's the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective.
Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about?
Yes, it's the mark of the great thief Yatagarasu. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single calling card. Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, there's something written on the back.
What? Let me see that.
It's the location of where the thief put the stolen files.
So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu? Yatagarasu. Orgasm. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. The murderer in my office. The not-so-murderer in my office. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. The end.
Chat. I'm looking at our time. And you know what time it is? It's celebration. It's time for a pack, baby. Give me a number, give me a number, give me a number, give me that number, baby. I think we're on pack 26? Yeah, we're on 26. $12? I thought she was 12. Well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna count backwards this time. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I evolved. Yeah, that's where I get fucked, baby. If I hadn't counted backwards, it might have finally been a 151 pack. Fuck. That's fine. Paldea Evolved. I have some strong feelings about this set. There is the amazing Magikarp art in this set that I personally have not pulled, and I really want to pull it. I opened multiple booster boxes of this set trying to pull that Magikarp, and I never did. I broke and I bought the Magikarp at a PSA 9, I believe, in Japanese, which I never liked doing. All right, let's guess the energy. I'm gonna guess water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6. What's your guess? What's your guess? Put that guess in the chat. Put that guess in the chat. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it. It's electric. Boogie, boogie, woogie. All right. We got Bramblin. Dude, fucking be hollow. Be hollow. Be hollow already. Coffin. Krogunk. Satotl. Gothorita. Honchkrow. Calamitous Wasteland. Slowpoke. Hoppip.
Fucking nothing. I need Bramblin, but only in hollow. Only in hollow. We only keep the hollows. Well, I'm thinking about probably streaming at least 2 more hours, and then we can do one more pack. But if I do that, I need a drink. I'm gonna see about maybe making myself a quick margarita. I'll be right back, chat. Chat, I just did the most unhinged drink combination I think I've ever done. So I really want a margarita, right? That's the shadow of Von Karma. I know Von Karma when I see her. Anyway, we didn't have enough ice to make a margarita, right? So it's like looking at my fridge and I was like, shit, what do I do now? And I realized something. I might not have all the ice, but what I do have is shaved ice. Specifically, Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Oh, right, sorry, thank you. Yeah, what I do have is break screen. What I do have is Baja Blast shaved ice. So what I did was I put the fucking Baja Blast gelato in to use as ice for the margarita. There's kind of heat. It's just like an additional bit of lime. I do remember ugly luggage being a big part of this one. Ugh. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a crazy night? 6:13, huh? I guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For now, safety, we have to return your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
I suppose turbulence is to be expected on a flight. Oh fuck, I just dropped like day-old popcorn everywhere. Oh, none of it spilled out of the bag! Let's fucking go, chat! Mm. Got a Glock in my Rari. Dude, I made a fucking Baja Rita. What's this? A travel wallet? But it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet wind up in my pocket? My head. Why won't this headache go away? I'll take care of this travel wallet later. Or hand it off to an attendant or something. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I remember why I hesitate. It's because my papa died in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. What the? What in the world happened?
Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you return to your...
Oh! I'm dead! Please calm down. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts.
What's wrong? Something happened?
You murderer! What? No! You have it all wrong. It wasn't me. Alright, chat, I can see the killer right now. He's big nose up there.
Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I'm Rhoda Teniero. I'm trying to figure out what the pun is. Rhoda Teniero. Rhoda Teniero. Rhoda Teniero? Rhoda Teniero. Unfortunately, it's been a minor accident. Some guy's dead.
What? Murder? What's going on with the flag?
Please calm down. There's no reason to panic. The flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We're currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we are out of this turbulence, I ask that you remain seated.
I was killed! Let me out of here!
Please, there's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit.
What the fuck? I ask that everyone please remain calm and fuck off. You know, I bet Miles has been practicing that line. I'm a prosecutor and not evil. With how many fucking times he's been accused? Now you listen here. I'm not the killer. I just found the body.
So you say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator. I'm a professional flight attendant.
Oh, is that right?
I know what I saw. I mean, it's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up.
What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of being a murderer. Don't mind me, Chad. I'm just stuffing popcorn in my mouth. Day-old popcorn. It's really good, though. I was wondering if you might give me a chance.
A chance? To hear what?
A chance to plead my case. A chance to ask what you mean by incriminating evidence right now. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense? Can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous?
You have a point, and you're kinda hot. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. Make it quick.
Did you steal my popcorn? Little popcorn thief.
I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I am certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator? It was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over just as soon as we land.
What the fuck? Get out of here.
Out. Go. Go, you're being a little butthole. Spank you in the butt. Go. Go. Go hang out with your mom or something. You're kicked out.
You know, chat, the only time I would ever have to even consider kicking Pound Cake out of this room is whenever I'm streaming. I swear to God. It's like she knows that I'm streaming, so she has to be on like her worst behavior. I don't know what it is. You mean this wallet? You mean to say I killed a man with a wallet? And when you're pounding cake, shut up.
Why was he yelling all of a sudden?
Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Teniero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood, is that correct?
Yeah, is all that blood? Drip to drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine.
Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you.
What?
I'd like to direct your attention to this. It's literally a wallet. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was my box of wallets.
What? Impossible.
Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet?
But no, I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did.
As you can see, this wallet is very clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff, I think you'd agree it's only grape juice.
Why didn't you just call it wine, you fucking freak?
That's right. You mistook the grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist.
No.
There, that should clear up that pesky accusation.
Wait just a moment, though. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly.
Miss Teniero, if you would be so kind as to look in the wallet.
Alright. I usually don't pry into passages' belongings, but we have no choice here.
Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is...
Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you?
How dare you!
You said it yourself. You couldn't be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon. But it seems I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is.
So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see.
You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play?
Hold it! Hold it!
Yes, I'm very sorry to say, I wouldn't usually be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage.
Dude, fucking Edgeworth gets bullied in like every single game, I swear.
What I'd like to know...
What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks' wallet.
You're literally holding it.
Hold it! Hold it!
Poor Edgeworth with his forehead. She really is making a fool out of herself, pursuing this line of logic. I should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony. This is my wallet! I'm fucking loaded! What do we have percent? If we stole the money, why is it all there?
Objection!
Womp womp, get fucked, buddy.
Take that!
Dude, she's a professional flight attendant, come on. By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. I think we can assume the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. And I would think that the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there was no effort made by the killer to gather the money.
But, the wallet.
Objection!
Ah yes, the wallet. You will also recall the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks' passport. If you really are insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you're claiming that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Forgive me! Please!
What the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong?
So that guy isn't the killer?
Don't believe it, everyone. It's a trick.
Would you all please be quiet? Miss Teniero,
Yeah?
you lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wall in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
You got me damn bad, Mr. Edgeworth. Good lord. Thank you. What is it now? Miss Teniero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged.
It sounds like Virginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this fight who... I said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, attendant! Yes, sir? I want this person under arrest until arrive at the airport.
I'm sorry, sir, but can you fuck off?
What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you.
Please, I would like to hear why you would like to have me under arrest.
You! How dare you try to waste my time?
You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs.
I won't spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what you say in English.
Well, I should hope I'm not momentarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name.
I'm Ziegler Blanc the second, the third. I'm very wedded man from Virginia. But I am not the ordinary rich man. I am a dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Mr. LeBlanc, what did you just mean now? Pardon? But you said Mr. Edgeworth was giving you the runabout? I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I do not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say.
Yes, and yet you continue to blather on.
I saw it, yes I did. I saw the victim go on the elevator, going down to the lounge. At exactly 6 o'clock. ...
And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6?
What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
He understands, I see.
Miss Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was after that patch of terrans, so I'd say 6:15. Ah! X was his name, was it? I say that man X, he was killed in 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was his prosecutor, yes? Bang bang! Finger guns! Yeah! I was in my seat the whole time!
Me too. I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice, and definitely not wine.
I was still eating. I still haven't finished eating, see? I got plenty more eating to do. I'm a little freak. And the other passengers have an alibi. So, you have no problem with him, I suppose? No complaint, I see, not a single word against this, right?
I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point, but it wasn't me.
Oh, so you say, but do you have what you said, the evidence?
Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw? Enough to give testimony?
Of course, I was looking at the man all the time. He was playing with that annoying little small machine the other time.
Machine?
Yes, what sort of you call people in English, eh? He would make me crazy with the click, click, click.
From that description, it sounds like some sort of small computer.
I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say, I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself.
A simple cell phone? A laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget.
I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. that the fragment of beauty outpronounces its ugly sound. And you are, I know what I saw!
I don't think it's a cell phone that he's talking about. I bet he's talking about that little Go You Airlines thing right there. I wonder if it's a clock like the Thinker. God, I hope not. Miss Teniero.
Yeah?
I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene.
What? You want to examine the crime scene?
Well, that's literally what I said. Yeah, I can produce the real culprit.
I don't like the sound of that. The fox in the duckpan. Yes, I think that is how you say it in English.
It is Fox guarding the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Teniero, if you wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then.
I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say.
You should not be approved.
Please, Mr. LeBlanc, it's an emergency. All decisions need to be made by the captain alone. Now please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back.
You're not planning to kill me next, are you?
Of course not. We will see.
Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene.
What? Unbelievable!
I'm in your debt, Mrs. Teniero.
However, there's one condition. I'm to supervise you. Can you agree to that?
Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I am still a suspect in this case.
I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this reassurance is enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help, please feel free to use the T button.
It's time to head to the scene of the crime. I'm feeling nostalgic to my good old boy, Dick Gumshoe, who would always tell me to press T and he would be where I need him to be. Are I just talking to these motherfuckers? Nope. No.
Don't get near me, you criminal! He said, don't get near me, you criminal.
I'm not the killer, and I intend to prove that starting now.
But that's contrary to the facts!
Miss Teniero, I can understand him, thank you. The fuck? This was Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator? Maybe. We should head down to the crime scene now. Oh, there we go. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Teniero, and your square hair.
It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. Your standing with me hasn't changed one iota.
I see. I will bear that in mind.
I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted you to know that we reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you are not making progress. And when we do, he asks that you please return to your seat at that time.
So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time is up. I understand. By the way, is there any place you can think of where the killer might hide on board?
I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for the business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes in the first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all.
Which means that that it was definitely one of those guys, and you know they're just using it as a false flag kind of thing. And then, let's get started.
But where should we start from?
Probably the body. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. Oh God! No! I've already proven myself guilty! However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, that means that somebody else killed Mr. Hicks.
If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes.
The first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. You are what we call a bad bitch, so I simply must. There's some spilled grape juice. I fucking hate that. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence.
Oh, we must clean that up or someone might get hurt.
Aha!
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I found some very important evidence. Probably the footprints.
Take that!
What is it?
They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree. Those are footprints.
So you think...
Yes, those belong to our killer. It's time to find my Cinderella. I don't think that will be of any help. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match.
Oh, I see. Even though we could, like, really count out, like, really tiny foot people, but, I mean, you know, fuck me, I guess.
What the fuck? Why she got stanky towels? What floor does his elevator service?
Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew card.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I won't God, I hate that he says that every single time. What is this sinister-looking figure?
That's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Uggo. It's just one of many pieces of merchandise we sell at on our flight shop. This bank is a limited edition, and so it's popular that it's so popular that we're down to our last one.
You have an in-flight shop?
Yeah, it's just beyond the lounge to the right. The share to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered.
There's blood here. Could this have been the murder weapon? Not the fucking piggy bank, dude. The money is strewn all over the floor of this elevator. I would guess it was all Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. There's something sticking out of his pocket. I hope you won't mind if I take a look. It's a picture. It looks like it was taken inside of a building somewhere. I wonder what was hanging off this lanyard. Perhaps something is missing from this picture. Now if I could just put my finger on it.
He's fine.
It has nothing on the blue badger, that's too true. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah, it's this picture.
Eureka!
Eureka! He's missing a phone!
His phone?
Yeah, his cell phone?
Ah, so I guess it's not here.
Yes, I think we can deduce that the killer took it. I doubt anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on a flight. Or an elevator on a flight.
So Mr. Hicks, he's really dead?
Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fault her for that. I mean, you know, it's kind of fucked. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead,
Please answer yes.
I see she's over there trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Could that be the cause of his death? He appears to have been struck very hard. How rich is Edworth? He's gotta be very rich. Let's Google this. Yeah, we found Velma's glass.
My glass!
Yes, I'm going to take the glasses off this man's face. But no, we know Edgeworth is rich because, he drives like a sports car. And he can fucking charter like a private plane at like no notice whatsoever. Making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. Let's see if we can deduce anything. Are these the murder weapon? Whoa! A statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out.
Yes, is it the same thing that I just figured out?
The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up to the wound on his head.
Well, aren't we deserving of the Master of the Obvious title?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that's pretty worth investigating?
I think it might be edge worth investigating. It would appear this figurine is our murder weapon.
Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection.
Dude, she's got a face like she's the murderer. Dude, look at that face. That's a murdering face. Yeah, but he still makes big bucks. Let's see. Where was the killer and spilled grape juice as to where they went? Maybe. I haven't seen me fail any of these before, so good to know. I think I looked at everything in the elevator, so... What or who is this?
This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go-U Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. The one on the left is of when he was in his 40s, and the other one is of him when he was in his 80s.
Did the man age at all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. His counter windows offer a glimpse of the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds.
Is that so? Then tell me, what do you suppose I said to them?
I don't know. It looked like a kind of one-sided conversation.
The clouds, they tell me nothing. There are a few copies of Sky Magazine in the magazine racks.
This month's special is an English trivia quiz.
That's not a bad idea. Now, I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle.
Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as a participle?
Case in point. These bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area.
Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, I literally can tell that I saw it. It's pretty obvious.
I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my own name.
The grand piano is the pride of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into the CD drive.
That's not a piano, it's just a big-ass fucking music box.
But its keys depress along with the music, as though there really is somebody playing it.
Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. This toppled over chair. Yet another victim of the turbulence.
Ah, no, look at all that grape juice staining the back. It may not look like it, but this chair was extremely valuable.
It was?
Yes! It was used when the Rocker Pals came to tour of this plane. The Rocker Pals leader sat in the same very chair.
I'm sorry, but what are those?
I can't believe you never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They had the Pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens.
Then that explains it. I'm not really one for music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence.
It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second, and I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off.
I guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know since I was unconscious for most of it. Yeah, might be.
The in-flight shop is just on the other side of these shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid we must leave them closed.
There must still be clues to be found here in this lounge. I must remain vigilant. This door leads to the
flight attendant's room, but please understand that's off limits to unauthorized personnel.
The room is giving off the scent of women's perfume. One would think that perfume would smell great. However, to me it simply smells. I hate women.
Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. I was thinking about my boyfriend, Phoenix Wright. There we go. A pity that the bronze statue knows not when good drink has been at least spilled at its feet.
This is a statue of our founder, who was a big fan of grape juice. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew so much wine was spilled here.
Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? Alright, let's take the elevator down. So how do I go to a different area? Well, they keep calling it grape juice, but I gotta be honest, I'm kind of convinced it's probably not grape juice. I suppose this is where you insert your coins. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's rather well made. So well, in fact, I'm not sure there's a way to take your money out. There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this be the piggy bank? Could the piggy bank be used as a murder weapon? Yeah.
Because I feel like I've found everything in here. I don't think we can make any connections, like... Are you needing assistance? Did you notice anything? I was wondering if his footprints are next to the elevator.
I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say?
Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solving this case.
Maybe there are other clues to be found in other places. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go find them together.
A word of advice. Nobody likes a credit thief.
Peach? I was wondering if you had noticed anything.
Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here.
Yes, it's rather sad.
I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death? Talk about rubbing in the salt. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands.
And it's a promise of a prosecutor to solve this case with logic and deduction. I should go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. Key to solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and evidence. So it's saying there's logic to put together? Did I already try and connect these two? I did. Victim's body was found in the elevator. I don't know. I don't know, chat. Because I definitely think I've investigated everything. Unless there's like something I can put together here, like... But none of this feels put togetherable. Unless I need to do like a contradiction somewhere, but I don't see anything that would be like contradictable. Oh shit. Jesus, chat, I'm lost. Let's talk. Oh, maybe I have to present something so
she doesn't think I'm the killer. His ass is Pinky's wearing. I feel like I need to present like the wine footprints or something, but I can't. Looks fun.
Even if you show it to me, I still can't allow you free learning. I'm sorry, but I must admit that I have my doubts about you.
It's my badge. I am too. And I'm really lost. I might save so we can just like call it a night. Normally I would stream longer, but I'm really tired. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rip one final pack for the night. What? Give me a number. 25 is the numbers, I think. Give me 1 through 25. Cloud 9, alright. The first time I'm picking is 12. Alright, let's go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12! 151! Yeah, baby. I wanted to rip some 151. We have quite a few 151 packs in here. We just haven't rolled any. Okay. So this is the Japanese set of 151. We can get some full arts out of this, and there's also one really special thing that they do with the booster boxes. The really special thing that they do with the booster boxes is that... Alright, so I don't actually know if there's a card trick with this. I'm assuming that there is. Should we try and do a card trick? Yes or no? Because I feel like it's the first one off the back. But I don't know. Yeah? Okay. Alright, so let's just hope that this is the card trick. Nice. Okay, I think we did it right. Alright, so we got funny looking goggles. Shelter. Tangela. Rattata. Alright, we've got the Pokeball Hollow Slowpoke. Very nice. So that means we didn't get the Crazy Possible. Once per booster box, there is a Master Ball Hollow. I've pulled it a few times, but not from this one. Staryu. Nothing. Damn, dude. Really nothing? Alright, I shouldn't do this, but we're gonna do one more pack. Just because I want to. Hit me with one more. Because there's a possibility that streaming might not work out next week. We don't know. So give me one more number, 1 through 24. Just because tonight's sets have been so dry. You want 9?